The President's Media Division said that in response to requests from several farmer associations, the government has decided an immediate write-off of all crop loans taken by farmers with the view to providing financial relief and support to farmers. The final report of the Presidential Expert Committee, which includes recommendations for increasing public service salaries and allowances effective the 1st of January 2025, was presented to President Ranil Wickremesinghe today at the Presidential Secretariat by the committee Chair Udaya R. Senaviratne along with other committee members. Speaking on the occasion, President Ranil Wickremesinghe stated that the committee's recommendations would be implemented through the Ministry of Finance. He expressed his intention to increase the income of all as outlined in the report's recommendations. Chairman Udaya R. Senaviratne stated that it was developed with the agreement of the Treasury and the approval of the Cabinet to ensure the necessary financial allocations.
The basic salary was increased by a range starting from 24% and going up to 50 to 60% for all state sector employees. The entry-level salary was set at 30,000 rupees. The basic salary was revised based on the 1:6 ratio.
The Cabinet of Ministers approved the implementation of the recommendations from the Presidential Expert Committee to investigate and address salary discrepancies in the government sector. Accordingly, commencing 1st of January 2025, the basic salary for public service will be increased by at least 24% for the lowest ranks, with increases ranging from 24% to over 50% for all public service professionals. Office assistant salaries will increase from 5,450 rupees depending on the grade. The salary of a specialist doctor will increase by 70,200 rupees. The President's Media Division in a detailed statement mentioned that salary increases for the individual positions in the government sector. During a press conference announcing recent cabinet decisions, journalists questioned Minister Bandula Gunawardena about the government's decision to increase salaries for government employees.
සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මහත්තයාගේ ප්‍රතිපත්ති ප්‍රකාශයේ තිබ්බා 154කින් වගේ රජ්‍ය සේවකයන්ගේ වැටුප් වැඩි කරන්න. දැන් ඒක කියපු ගමන් රජයේ එකපාරට 124 ඉඳලා 150 දක්වා වැටුප් වැඩි කරා. එයි මෙතුවක්කල් බලාගෙන හිටියේ මේක කලින් නොකර.
මේ ඉතාම අසාධාරණ ප්‍රකාශනයක්. මොකද හේතුව අපි පසුගිය වර්ෂයේ අයවැයලේඛනය ඉදිරිපත් කරන අවස්ථාවේදී කරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා මුදල් විෂය භාර අමාත්‍යවරයා වශයෙන් පවතින ආර්ථික තත්ත්වය තුළ කෙසේවත් වැඩි කිරීමකට
This is a very unfair characterization. When we presented the budget last year, the President as the Minister of Finance stated that there were insufficient funds to increase salaries due to the current economic situation. Instead, a living expense allowance of 10,000 rupees was provided to everyone. As the year progressed, various groups, including doctors, protested that this allowance was insufficient. In response, the cabinet made additional provisions for their salaries. Later, university professors and academic staff also expressed their inability to manage, leading to further adjustments to prevent disruptions in education. District secretaries and chief executive officers of the public service also requested adjustments, which were made accordingly. Throughout these discussions, the President reminded the cabinet that these funds come from taxpayers' money and that the country does not have the income to sustain such increases indefinitely. To address these ongoing salary disparities and prevent future protests, an expert committee was appointed by former Presidential Secretary Udaya R. Senaviratne, including experts from the Treasury and the private sector. The committee's recommendations will be considered for the 2025 budget. We have always been transparent about this process and have communicated that no further adjustments can be made this year.
පුළුවන් විශේෂඥ කමිටු වාර්තාව 2025 අයවැයලේඛනයට නිර්දේශ ඉදිරිපත් කරයි. ඒ ඉදිරිපත් කරන නිර්දේශ ටික 2025ට අපි ඇතුළත් කරනවා කියලා. ඒක රටට රහසක් නෙමෙයි, අපි නිරන්තරයෙන් කීවා.
The Samakijan Balavege has lodged a formal complaint with the Election Commission regarding an announcement made by the Presidential Media Division yesterday, which detailed an increase in government employee salaries. The SJB contends that this announcement outlines a series of political incentives proposed by the current President Ranil Wickremesinghe. They allege that the timing of this announcement has strategically aimed at influencing the postal voting period, which begins tomorrow. In their complaint, the SJB argues that this action constitutes a violation of the Presidential Election Act. They have called on the Election Commission to conduct an immediate investigation into the matter and have requested an order to be made to withdraw the notification issued by the government. PAFROL issued a statement regarding the recent announcement.
කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලයට තීන්දුව ගැනීමේ අයිතිය අපි අභියෝගයට ලක්
We do not dispute the Cabinet's authority to make decisions. However, we view it as a serious concern that these decisions are directly influencing the election. The position of the government 2 months ago was that it was impossible to increase the salaries. This was repeatedly mentioned by the Cabinet spokesperson. With this announcement, does it mean that the economy has grown within 2 months? The government must disclose the source of the funds. We note that this is an attempt to mislead the public sector.
රැවටීමක් මේ මොහොතේ ආණ්ඩුව කරමින් තිබෙන බව තමයි අපේ නිරීක්ෂණය වෙන්නේ.